I feel like I let myself down in that fight.
What's up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He is the former UFC middleweight champion and number 3 ranked contender, fighting Ikram Aliskerov in the main event of UFC Saudi Arabia this Saturday. In a division chock full of bad blood and animosity, probably the only fighter I've never heard a bad thing said about. Robert Whittaker, how's it going, man?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You know, they say never meet your heroes. I'm afraid one day it's going to come out that you're like a notoriously bad tipper or something.
I have to wait and see, mate. We don't tip in Australia anyway, so
Oh,
maybe.
shout out to livable wages. I wish I could relate. What is Robert what is Robert Whittaker's toxic trait if you had to pick one?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know.
Look
I
at
don't
that.
know, mate.
Keeping that squeaky clean PR going.
No,
I like it,
no,
Rob.
I don't know. Like everyone's annoying at some point, but I wouldn't say I'm toxic in any way, you know.
What would your wife say is your most annoying quality?
No, you know what? It would have been when I drank. So like when I get on the drink, no, I don't know. I'm a lot of fun, but I annoy my wife something fierce. So
A little too
that's
much
probably
fun.
then.
Yeah, okay.
Since then, I put it away. So
I can relate. I can relate. It's on the rare chance it happens, all my friends get really excited because they like that version of Shaq, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I like the clear head. Initially when this fight was announced, it was supposed to be you and Khamzat. I know that was disappointing for a lot of fans. At the time, Dana had announced it as a title eliminator. From your understanding, what's at stake now? Has anything changed now that you're fighting Aliskerov instead of Chimaev?
not that I know of, but to be honest, like none of that has ever played any sort of role or space in my mind. It's the winning opens doors, and that's been my philosophy since day one with this, like with my career, and it hasn't changed now. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna dig in and take Ikram's head off, dude, and that will lead me to where I want to go.
You spent 3 months working a very specific game plan tailored to Hamzat. When something like this happens and you end up fighting a fighter with a completely different style on short notice, as an experienced fighter, what are some of the things you have to lean on instead of a carefully curated, long-term game plan?
Or just all the work that I've put in for the decades I've been doing this sport. I can lean on my experience. I can lean on the work ethic that I've put in. I can lean on my cardio. And dude, like I know how to fight. You're gonna put me
Yeah.
in the octagon with someone. I know what to do. I'll work it out.
Okay. So, I guess, does it feel almost a little more like improvised or free-flowing in a situation like this?
To a degree, but like, and that's another thing that works well with my team is that we've never really been set on hard game plans. We obviously tailor our training towards certain habits or things that our opponents work on, do successfully, but we fight our fight and make our opponents worry about what we bring to the table.
For a long time, people had said if there's one fighter between welterweight and middleweight that's going to be a problem for Hamzat, it's Robert Whittaker. I'm a little disappointed we don't get to put that test into practice. But from your estimation, would you agree with that assessment that your style is tailor-made for a guy with Hamzat's strengths?
Mate, I think I'm tailor made to disrupt everyone. I think I'm the
I like
kryptonite
this
of
attitude,
everybody in
Robert.
this division, mate.
Bo Nickal, I just saw a clip. He said that he was contacted about this fight, about filling in, and that he was away in the mountains of Nebraska for a few days. If you had had the choice in terms of, I mean, I know you're game to fight everyone, but just in terms of what intrigues you, what maybe sort of drives fan interest, how would you have felt about fighting Bo instead of Alaskarov?
Mate, it doesn't matter.
All right.
Like
Yeah, that's
I left I left the talking with my team and the UFC just to find me another fight. I didn't want to put all this work that I had done to no effect. This is and this is how I earn a living. This is how I put bread on the table for my kids. So to get here and to not fight would have been a catastrophe for me. So I'm just very thankful that we got a fight. I would have fought anybody, you know. I would have fought anybody, and it kind of shows, right? Um, yeah, I'm just thankful for Ikram. I'm thankful for the UFC and for my team to making this happen.
You mentioned your kids. Now I know a lot of parents in both MMA and pro wrestling would rather their kids do anything than follow suit with them. But I know that they get on the mats a lot. Are we about to see like a second generation Whittaker takeover in mixed martial arts?
I hope so, dude. Like, I just want them to train. Honestly, I will support them in any which way they want to pursue any sport, anything they want to do. You know, I'm not. I want them to be their own people, and I want to support that. But if I'm crossing my fingers that one day one of the little ones comes up to me and goes, "Dad, teach me how to fight." That I.
Why is that? Because like I said, so many fighters go through this hardship, and like this isn't something I'd want my children to experience. I'm not saying that it's bad that you do, but like what excites you so much as a parent about sharing that with your kid?
Oh, it's my trade. I'd like to think I'm pretty good at it, and yeah, it would be a way for me able to share my trade, my secrets, my way of life to my kids. Every parent wants to do that.
I always put out a fan Q&A, and even though some of you guys accuse me of not asking the fan questions, I promise I always get a couple in. Now, I'm not a technical analyst by any trade, so this is strictly with the upvotes in mind. One person asked, why do you not operate more strictly from a southpaw stance considering your karate style? Do you agree with that assessment? Is there a reason?
Yeah, because I'm an orthodox fighter. Like, I understand. Like, it's just how it is. It's like I'm comfortable eating with my right hand, but like I can. I don't know how to explain it. I can kick a ball with my left foot, but I'm much more comfortable kicking with my right. And in a game of inches, it makes a difference.
One of, I think, my favorite interviews that we've ever done was after the second Israel Adesanya fight. And you gave me, when people ask, like, point me to one interview that you're really proud of, it's that one. And you said something to the effect of how you won something more important than a championship belt in that fight. You won your spirit back in that rematch with Adesanya. I am curious, on the verge of another title shot, coming off at the time the loss with Dricus du Plessis, what if anything did DDP take from you in that fight that you want to get back?
It wasn't. You see, in that fight was different than the Adesanya fight. That fight was different because I feel like I let myself down in that fight, and that was something I had to kind of work through in lead up with Costa. It was more of a internal thing than external that time.
Okay. A few little prediction questions for you. I know you talked to Ariel about this, but now that it's officially made today, apparently, Adesanya versus DDP, has your prediction changed? I think at the time you said you were leaning slightly towards Dricus.
Yeah, no, it hasn't. I think Dricus has the skill set and the fight style to do it. I think the way what we saw when he fought Strickland will be effective against Adesanya, especially after we saw the way Strickland kind of did that sort of game plan against Adesanya. So,
it's been a very stressful few weeks for UFC fans this summer between Khamzat and 303's main event falling apart. But with that in mind, what are your thoughts on Pereira versus Prochazka 2 on short notice?
Oh, mate, I'd have to say, like, I think Prochazka had a lot of good moments in their first fight until he didn't. And Pereira's just constant. He's just, he's got to be one of the best strikers in the world.
Leading Prochazka then? Or sorry, excuse me, Pereira?
Yeah, definitely. You'd have to. Right.
I think that's
his work speaks for itself.
Okay, last one, another fan requested one, Topuria versus Holloway. Should that be made?
Should it be made? Like, I'd love to see Holloway. Yeah, it should. I want to see Holloway get in there, get a chance at gold again. I like that dude.
All right. Would you favor Holloway?
Yeah, after that last showing, definitely.
Love it. Okay, we only got a couple minutes here, so I want to keep these short. But as always, when I got someone like you on, we got to talk some gaming. We got to talk some anime. So I'm going to run you through a quick rapid fire, okay?
All right, I suck at rapid fire, but it is what it is.
I admit, why? Because you can't keep them short? I believe. Listen, as long as the UFC doesn't get mad at me, I'm okay with it. What is the best Resident Evil game?
I liked what's it called? Outbreak. It's not
Okay.
a lot of people won't know what that is, but that was my favorite. Resident Evil Outbreak was my
I
favorite.
like anytime people deviate from the top choices there. Which anime has left the biggest impression on you?
You Lie in April.
Haven't heard of it. Okay, we'll check it out. I'm a big Full Metal Alchemist guy, so
That is a good one. That is a good one.
okay.
You Lie in April made me cry, but there's
Done. Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. Is
I
this?
say that, but then the cartoon Up made me cry.
Yo, Up is super emotional. What are you talking about, man?
Dude, crushed me. That first time I watched that,
man.
it crushed me, man.
You see, this is why I like talking to you, Rob. This was a very strange one, but someone I guess is at the crossroads of making a big purchase. God of War Ragnarok or Hogwarts Legacy? I told them God of War.
Neither. Save your money. Dude, save your money. Go buy Elden Ring.
Are you still playing? Are you excited for this expansion pack?
I am excited. It's something I'll run into when I get home. But Elden Ring's like a forever game. Hogwarts isn't. Ragnarok isn't.
Yeah, I agree. Who is your favorite Demon Slayer?
I didn't like the anime that much.
There we go. You're crushing so many fans today.
Dude, like, I couldn't get over the weird relationship he had with his sister. Like, it's like, dude, like, tell me it's not weird. And no one can tell me it's not weird. Like, and I don't care. Everyone knows why they're watching that show, you little. Everyone knows why they're watching that show, dude.
Isn't Holloway a Demon Slayer fan? I feel like you guys need to hash this out on a podcast or something.
Man, yeah.
Last one. Which anime would you recommend most for a newcomer who's like a little trepidatious but trying to get into it?
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, for sure.
Yes! Think Robert Whittaker, a man of culture, a man of class.
Straight up. Oh, man, it's got everything. And it's simple enough for people to get it.
Yeah, it's actually the first one my wife watched front to back with me, so I'm glad we're on the same page here. All right, Rob, I got to get you out of here. I want to leave you with the last word. So very quickly, guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. Subscribe, tap the bell, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Give us your official prediction. Robert Whittaker versus Ikram Aliskerov, headlining UFC Saudi Arabia. Anything you want to talk about games, anime, the less MMA, the better as far as I'm concerned. Robert, if there's anything you want to tell the folks, the floor is yours, my friend.
I just want to say thank you. Don't blink. I'm going out there I'm going headhunting.